Hey you guys, so today we're going to be talking about the structure of a cell and why it's actually really important to understand. So, have you ever wondered how the food you eat is actually converted into energy? How come people tell you to eat a lot of carbs whenever you're going to run a race or play in a sports game? Or how come a Snickers bar seems to completely transform your personality when you're hungry? And you might think, well, duh, because food gives you energy. But the question today is, how is the nutrients in food actually converted into energy? And the answer is through cells. So every single function of your body is through the work of cells, which is why it's so important to actually study them. So cells are made up of specialized structures called organelles, and organelles perform various jobs inside of the cell, like your body converting a Snickers bar into energy. So let's actually look at some of these organelles inside of the cell so we can see how our body functions. So you have different types of cells. You have an animal cell, plant cells, and bacterial cells. But what we're going to focus on today is the animal cell. And this picture right here is just a close-up image of what one of these trillions of cells that make up our body actually look like. So what I want you to do right now is to actually pause this video and see if you can identify what any of these terms over on the left are, and then check yourself throughout the video. So now that you've done that, I'm going to go over what are classified as the 5 cytoplasmic organelles. These organelles are all suspended in this jelly-like substance called the cytoplasm. So the first main structure we're going to look at today is the mitochondria. You might have heard of the mitochondria before as being called the powerhouse of the cell, and that is absolutely correct. So what the mitochondria does is it converts the nutrients from the food we eat into the energy that can be used by the cell. So the mitochondria is definitely what powers the cell. The next structure that we're going to look at today are ribosomes. And ribosomes are very important. They're these little spear-shaped organelles throughout the cell, right here. And without ribosomes, we would not be able to produce essential proteins needed to survive, because they are the sites of protein synthesis in the cell. The next organelle we're going to look at is what's called the endoplasmic reticulum. And this is just these networks of sacs right here. And they are responsible for manufacturing, processing, and transporting chemical compounds used by the cell. So the endoplasmic reticulum is sometimes referred to as the highway of the cell because it transports different chemical compounds used by the cell. And if you were going to go to the ER, endoplasmic reticulum, ER, you would hop on the highway because it's the fastest way to get there. The next organelle we'll look at is called the Golgi apparatus, which is sometimes referred to as the post office of the cell because it packages compounds to be used in other parts of the cell or to be exported outside of the cell. And the last important organelle we're going to look at is called the lysosome. And the lysosome is just these small vesicles that contain enzymes and chemicals that help digest material brought into the cell. Lysosomes also break down old or non-functioning organelles, and they're also formed by the Golgi apparatus, which is important to know. So as you can see, organelles are very important. I mean, the word literally means little organs. So just as your body could not function without its organs, the cell could not function without its organs. So next time you're eating a Snickers bar or literally doing anything, remember that your cells are hard at work supporting whatever function you're doing. I hope this video helped you learn something new, and if you'd like to test your knowledge on the structure of a cell, there is a quiz in the description of this video.